Here. What's up, guys? Finkel's the Wizard here with my lovely lady, Kimberly. And we are just getting out of watching Resident Evil Raccoon City. Welcome to Raccoon City. First off, before we get into it, now we literally just leaving the Alamo Draft House. Now, mind you, first time being in the Alamo Draft House, love it.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Oh my God, like best theater I've ever been, better than the stuff in back home. Now, if you're a film person, there's been a lot of movies based off video games. And they've all been trash. Mario Brothers, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, what else? House of the Living Dead. What's another movie based off a video game? But anyway, all of those movies trash. Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City, trash. Pure T trash, in my opinion. What do you think?
I'm surprised you didn't call it Trash Boat City.
Trash Boat City, leaving the harbor of Trash City to go to Mega Trash City. Okay, terrible. Like, the movie was only like, I think it was like, technically it's actually short. I think the movie was only like an hour and 30 minutes. But it seemed like it took forever.
Yeah.
Because it was bad. And in my opinion, I feel like, I don't know anything about the production of this movie. I feel like this movie was very much affected by the global situation that we're in. I feel like they kind of got halfway through it. And, these studios, they work on deadlines. And it's like, listen, I know that when everything happened, you was halfway through the movie, but we got to get this out, so finish it. And I feel like that's what messed it up. Like, I mean, the movie already seemed like it didn't have a strong foundation to stand on because it's based off a mix of the first Resident Evil and the second one. Now, I haven't played the first one, but if you are a Resident Evil fan, you know that the original one did not, by no means had the best dialogue. Everybody know, like, you almost became a Jill sandwich. Like, no, don't go. Like, so it's not like they had much to work with anyway. So, and whoever wrote the dialogue, like I said, the movie didn't have a strong foundation to build off of. And it just fell apart from there. So, what do you think?
It was okay.
It was okay. She's a real big fan of the ones from the 2000s. And mind you, I haven't seen all the Mila Jovovich. Is that how you say her name? Jovovich?
I can't say her name.
I feel like I'm saying Jehovah, like Jehovah Witness.
Jehovovich.
Mila Jehovah Witness.
I would have rather watched the first one over.
Yeah, I would have to. This movie seems so rushed. Like, it ended so abruptly. CGI was terrible. Like, there was like one scene, like, it's I'll tell you when we're about to go into spoilers. But there's like one scene where, like, the dog is sitting there, there's like a zombie dog drooling. And it's clear as day that it's the most fakest drool you've ever seen in your life. Like, I mean, I'm like, I don't think it take that much money to make a dog drool. Like, like, I don't think they're gonna be like, hey man, we ain't got the budget to make the dog drool for real. Like, I think it would have been cheaper than the actual had to render drool. But everything was just, it was terrible. Like, and like, I don't know. Now, I have not looked into how to move with film, what the budget was and all that stuff. one thing that really stood out to me that bothered me throughout the movie was the movie looked cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it didn't look like, it wasn't very, like, it is weird because the lighting was actually good. And usually bad lighting is the hallmark of a cheap movie, but the lighting was good, but there was just something off. I can't put my finger on it. I feel like the movie was shot at 30 frames per second, which gives it that soap opera smoothing effect that, to me, I mean, some people don't mind it, but to me it just looks weird. Because if you don't know, most movies are shot at 24 frames per second, so 9 times out of 10 most people are used to seeing that because it mimics natural motion blur, whereas with 30 frames per second it's kind of like this weird kind of, it's like I don't know, it's like you can see clear, it's not slow motion, but you can see movement clearly that you're not supposed to see clearly. And I also too, like, I feel like I don't know, like I said, going back to how the movie like looked so cheap, like I feel like, I don't know, like almost like the movie, like during certain scenes, it's like the camera didn't know what to focus on. And like when it comes to cinema lenses, you have your lens, you have your aperture, and your aperture affects your depth of field, which is your background blur. And usually you have a dedicated individual on set whose job is to push and pull focus and change the aperture and change your depth of field. And and I feel like whoever was, if that's what they were doing, they were using glass and everything, like whoever was doing that, they didn't do a good job, because there was some scene where like the subject was not in focus, and then like the person, like, it was just the focus was all over the place. It almost felt like they shot the scene with a really big depth of field so everything was in focus, and then they went back with like AI to like fake blur the background like you would like on a cell phone. And that's fine, but it's not the real thing. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just, if you don't watch it, it'll blur the wrong thing. And there's scenes like, there was one scene when, like, all right, now we're about to get into spoilers, where like the chief of police is running away, and like the people start opening up shooting, and like you see through the windshield, you see the soldier and you see the dude standing there, he got his hands up, and you hear the gun go ta 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 ta, and you see the flash from the rifle ta 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 ta. But like the first 4 shots, like the dude is still just standing there like, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh. So, and like it's like, I don't know, it was just like bad editing to me. It was really bad editing. The dude who plays who played the scientist, not Wesker, Lord, can't remember his name all of a sudden. But the actor, I've seen him in movies for Band of Brothers, Walking Tall with the Rock. He always looked weird because he has like really bright eyes, bright blue eyes. But him younger, right? Birkin, that was his name. Like the hairdo he had, he looked like he looked like a Ken doll if he was like 47. You know what I'm saying? And like there's a scene where like they're showing like the Ashford twins, and like they're just sitting there pulling the wings off the dragonfly, and then like they look at each other like they about to kiss, and then they show like old homeboy over there looking like Ken, like a Ken doll just sitting there like yes, hell yeah, I finally got it. I'm like, what? And Lisa Trevor, I don't know anything about Lisa Trevor because I never played the games that has her in it. I know she's supposed to be a very tragic figure in the games. In the movie, I don't know. Every time I saw her, I thought of like the little girl from The Hills Have Eyes, one who's like, "Hey, Mister, we'll play with your." Like, I don't know why. Like, whenever I saw her, I just thought of her, like, "Hey, Mister, you will play with your." So, is that wrong of me? Probably is. I'm probably an asshole for it. Let's see what else. Yeah, and like the ending of it was so abrupt. Like the big bad monster at the end. Like literally, the fight literally lasts 30 seconds. Like he just come through looking like a terrible 90s CGI monster. And yes, I know the movie's based off a damn 90s video game, but still. And like literally like Leon comes through and just shoots him with a bazooka, and that's it. End of story. Like, and then on top of that, like Leon, the dude who plays Leon, like, Leon, they made him out to be such a bumblebutt. You know what I mean? Like he's such a goof. like that one scene, like this dude going there, he like open up a crate, pick up a shotgun. He's like, "Oh no, man, look jammed to me." How did you pass the police academy and not be able to tell if a pump action shotgun is jammed? Like, I don't know, look jammed to me. Like, But before we end this, there's one scene in the movie where, like, when I realized there's two scenes actually. One is subtle that I only noticed because I'm just a butthole. But the first one, in the beginning of the movie, when Leon is in the restaurant, an old homegirl starts to bleed from her eyes. And he's just like, "Hey, you all right?" And she's just like, I mean, crying tears of blood, like Saint somebody, like the Virgin Mary. And she's just like, "Oh hell, it just does that from time to time." You know what I mean?
She said it's been happening for a couple of weeks.
It's been happening for a couple of weeks. I just cry blood. That's out of nowhere. Just cry blood. It's just another goddamn day in the neighborhood. So, and then this is very nitpicky. There's a scene where there's a plane that crashes into the mansion, and Jill Valentine is standing there. She's talking to Wesker, and you see these particles in the air from the fire. And they use the same particle effect over and over and over and over and over again. The reason why I know is because there's this big glowing glob of light that moves the same way every time you see Jill Valentine. Cut to Jill, big old blob of light. Cut to Wesker, cut back to Jill, big old blob of light. Like, it's the same particle effect over and over and over and over and over again. So that tells me right there that they rushed this. They did not do a good job at editing it. Like, because there's some scenes in the mansion where you can tell they're really in a legit place. But when they first go into the mansion, you can tell it's all fake. And what's so terrible about it is like whoever rendered the entrance to the mansion, they did a terrible job because the scaling is all off. If you play the first game, which I haven't, but I've seen footage of it, when they first go into the Spencer mansion, it's a huge mansion. It's like you walk into this huge ballroom with a huge staircase in the middle. But when they walk into it in the movie, I swear Wesker looks like he's about to touch the ceiling. Like, the scaling is so off. And it's just a terrible movie. It's just a terrible movie. I give it, we're going what, 10, 1 out of 10. I give it a 4. I give it a 4.
I give it a 5.
You so optimistic. You so optimistic. But yeah, so I mean, if you're a fan of Resident Evil, go watch it. I mean, it does a better job of staying to the source material than the first go round, but the first ones from Mila Jovovich are really good. I mean, I ain't gonna say really good, but you enjoy watching them. You know what I mean? You enjoy watching them. So yeah, but this is Finkel's the Wizard. I know. Listen, Kimberly, she don't talk. She don't say much. So, you know, I'm pretty sure somebody gonna comment and be like, "Oh, he does talk." You know what I mean? He ain't let her talk. So, say something. Tell him. Tell him the movie trash. All right, everybody. Bye.